Mm. I loved. Now I hope that YouTube doesn't give me a funky look again. You know, funky look. My sinuses are clogged up, so if I talk funny, please forgive me. There's all kinds of stuff in the air. Ashes and stuff. Everybody's, my sinuses. You can tell it hurts, right? Yeah, it's like, owie, 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 owie. Yeah, a little bit. But I keep honking and, cleaning out and, getting that crap out of my head. I hope you're doing it too. It sucks, doesn't it? Kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know, at least for me. I can only speak for myself. You see, I will only speak for myself, really. I, you know, I, I could maybe speak for it collectively if everybody wants me to speak for it collectively, but I don't want to speak for anybody because I have my own truth and I have my own way, and not everybody understands me. Kind of, sort of, maybe, right? Kind of a weird thing to get your head around, alright? All in good intention, though. Like Lucille Ball. I grew up on I Love Lucy. Honeymooners, I Love Lucy, oh my god. Frank Sinatra and Gene Kelly and The Right Back and Tiny Bubbles and, all the cool old stuff. So I really have been blessed, guys. I just can't say that enough because I've got to live through, I was born in 1963, so they were still like in the 40s. They had, black and white still, the big viola record players, that played the big heavy records. And, and the 55 Chevys came out and everything, after the war, there in the 50s, everything was, I was still in, Vietnam was coming up though. That wasn't going to be good. And our veterans are coming home from, the Pacific, and that wasn't good. What happened to our veterans and the Philippines. The Filipino people, they went in with our veterans. And this is where me knowing so much history and having so much recollection and memory is really difficult for me. You see? And I see things different. I remember things, okay? Like the detail that MacArthur is standing there at the beach and says, "I'll be back. We will return." And they had promised the Filipino people who trained with the American forces. And they went through training and they gave their lives, the Filipino people, during that Japanese war that my dad hated so much. My dad, Robert William Ryder, he was born December 8th, the day after Pearl Harbor Day. Talk about being born into chaos, right? Damn. I thought I had a special birthday. Man. And his birthday was celebrated on the Immaculate Conception, the celebration of the Immaculate Conception. My dad. Think of that. Boy, what a crackerjack. I don't know, that's funny as all get. You think my dad was born on the celebration of the Immaculate Conception? And the day after Pearl Harbor Day? Boy, talk about going down in infamy. Kind of, sort of, maybe. He built Mount Diablo. He lived in that valley. That was his mission. He had to get there. Boy, he was on a mission. He took my mom and my two little brothers, just babies. David was all of one. My mom was pregnant. Got pregnant with me on the way. I was a little ray of sunshine who got to be born in Northern California, the only one in my family. So mom and dad traveled across country, and I think it was the station wagon. I'm not sure. But, into Ohio, where my dad's family were. Talk about back hills, man. Good God, my poor mother. Here she's all educated from New York, smart as chips. And she comes up on all these country hicks. And mom was so smart that most of the things she said went right over their heads. Seriously. So I think she was pretty lonely. She's drowned herself in books. She kept herself company with books. She did. So anyway, then they finally made it to California, Oakland, and had little me. Dad was I think Dad was still associated with the Navy because Uncle Gilbert was in the Navy and he would come over. And Dad worked making propellers for ships. I remember he got a job in Oakland, I think it was, building propellers for ships. He's a great welder. Oh, my dad could melt metal. He can make knives. He can make he carved. He did leather work. He painted. He did embroidery, and his pinky was as big as my thumb. And this man did embroidery, magnificent embroidery, wolves, eagles. That's when he was in jail. I think it was. He was doing embroidery. Had a lot of time in his hands. But he made something good out of it. He lightened up. Okay, gotta be in jail. Well, might as well embroider. Or I'm down for the winter. Let's get creative and make leather and have all that stuff to sell when the weather gets good in the weekends and make bucks. And boy, my dad was creative as all get-go. Skate, sing, whistles, really anything my dad couldn't do. Except he's kind of like Wile E. Coyote, you know, he used Acme products. He was a dumb old country dude. Just a truck driver, and he would never say he was smarter than that. My dad would never admit anything like that. Not my dad. He'd tell you straight up, I'm just an old country boy. And he was. Born in the back hills of Ohio. With the Shawnee Native American tribe. Oh yeah, my grandmother ran those hills. Whew, with the natives, and Dad too. And John Ryder, my grandfather. He was close up with them. He didn't like the war that was going on there. And there was a big war going against the whites and the natives, I'll tell you what. But Tsekme, who happens to be my ancestor, in my line, which is divine in some way, place, or time, he was the first Native American. If you look him up, Tsekme, in New Straitsville, Ohio, there's a sacred river there. I've never been there. My dad, of course, he's gone back. He did before he died. I never got to put my feet in Ohio, where my family ran with a Native American. Maybe someday, that's okay. I'm a mile high in Colorado. And a miracle happened today. I gotta share it with you, babies. It was magnificent. Oh my gosh, only God could do this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they might call me crazy, but oh, God never ceases to amaze me. So, here's what happened, okay? I'm going to load videos of a view of a home. I'm not going to say where it is, but it's in the shadow of the San Isabel Mountain, right? And I'm taking videos of this, okay? This beautiful view. And, we're talking with the realtor, make a deal, do an inspection, make an offer, get a deal going. And then today, I went out there again to go to the library and get some work done and meet a good friend of mine, Ken. He's sweet. He's helped me so much. He believed in me. He said, hey, let me show you something. Trust me. It was great. So anyway, and Ken took us down and we went to go look at all these different houses. Hey, I get out. Joe and I went out, looked, we got in the heat, went down there, showed up, did the footwork a lot. And I was hurting a lot, but that's okay. Anyway, so, so the view. Yeah, let's talk about that view. So I had filmed while I'm talking to Sean, who's with Exponential Realty, and Sean. I want to call it EXP Realty, but it's like Exponential Realty. And you can, I'll get you the information for him. He's great. And I'll post it with some of the videos. So I had taken videos, for my walkthrough, because I like to be able to go through and review and look back at things that I might have missed, that my camera might have got. So Joe and I went down there today to go to the library. Yesterday we were down there, meeting with Sean and doing the walkthrough. And we've been praying for a place for so long. And sure enough, we're up there today going to the library and meeting with the other folks and meeting with Ken. Getting some information, putting it all together. And I'm kind of slow, and there's things I'm ignorant to and things I don't know. So I need all the help I could get. And Ken was right there, on the spot. And Sean was so patient and listened, and I can talk a lot. He's very patient. And he's finding different ways to hit the spot. So we got a place we got. And so anyway, so I say to Joe today, well, hey, we got, this all tied up. We got this pretty much figured out. God willing, of course. Always leave it to God. Sometimes he has to say no, and we have to understand. Say, hey, okay, he just means another way to go. That's okay. So anyway, so Joe and I are taking off, after we got to the library and all. Oh, I met a beautiful little girl named Kat. 12 or 13 or so. Magnificent. And the woman she was with, I think, was her grandmother. I'm not sure. I wasn't willing to pry or ask. And Kat and I started to talk. Just off of that. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. And she said, hey, are you interested in astrology? Do you watch astrology? And I said, you know what, that is such a thing. Astrology should be, what's really cool? Astronomy. That's where the science is. Astronomy. Mm-hmm. You want to study the science of the stars. And now astrology has its own purpose in the movement, how the planets move and how they affect us energetically as they move, and how it might affect your environment, your strengths, your weaknesses. If a certain planet's in and it's in your sign and it's in, you're going to feel it. It's going to affect you. But the astronomy is the science and the physics. That's the cool stuff. And yeah, am I hurting you? We did a lot of outlived. And she was just totally cool. She understood about crystals. She understood some. She's only 12, 13. But she ain't dumb. Not dumb at all. And she's really into space. She's really into, the future and all the possibilities. And I thought, gosh, what a super light. And I thought to myself for a moment, because I saw my daughter, Carrie Ann, kind of, and Dixie, I think she's obviously right around their age. And I was thinking of the possibilities. Boy, I'd like to see my girls here at this library. Be able to look up this mountain. Maybe ride a horse. 2 to 10. Learn how to fish again. Learn how to recognize what you can eat and what you can't, what's medicine and what's not, because it's tools you never forget. Survivalists. I want my girls to be just as kick-ass as I am. Downrange and uprange and everything. Fishing, survivaling, doing the ultimate desert test. Oh, wait till I get to do the ultimate desert test with them. And you know what's the funny thing is? I don't even know if they're alive or dead. And I'm not allowed to know anything. I can't call anybody and say, hey, will you drive by and see if my kids are alive or if they're present or anything? Can you see, if they're breathing? Can you see if my oldest son is there? Or what kind of is the state of affairs at that home, and if they're really safe there. But I can't because of a fake TV order. I hope and pray someday they can be there with me. And I'm not going to worry about it. I can't. Can't afford to.
For today's video, we're going military. Let's look at how a tank works.
Yeah, I know
We're
military.
going to focus specifically on the American M1.
It's Joe playing with his phone. I know military all too well. All too well. I know what my grandfather, when he gave his life, he died, didn't even see my dad. His firstborn son. John Ryder. Never laid eyes on his boy, his only boy. Okay. Down to 15%. So I gotta go. we're going to be up on that mountain. And now, it's funny, we went to go look for it. And we went south towards Walsenburg, and I thought, well, we're going a long way down here. I'm sorry it's taken me a little bit of time to get there. But, we're going, I'm looking for San Isabel, where the heck is it? I got almost as far as Walsenburg. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't right. I've been here before with my confirmation class with St. Patrick, St. Joseph's, right? Yeah. And, I thought, guys, we had to pass it or something, right? So we stop in Walsenburg and we pull over for a second. And I Google it. And I say, hey, Google, where's San Isabel? And Google says, well, hey, it's about 30 miles back the way you just came. Really? Oh, really? 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 So you mean to tell me that I started off in Rye, Colorado City? Well, Colorado City, actually. Where I started from Colorado City. I went south all the way to Walsenburg, only to find out that San Isabel is right there at Colorado City, right? Just west, about 18 miles. And I was totally ignorant, Chip. You'll forgive me, won't you? I was a totally ignorant Chip. San Isabel was right there. I didn't even see it. And, as a bonus, let's see how great God is. Shall we? Please? I love to give him glory. Lord loves to give God glory. And Creator and everybody who plays a part in this solar story of Lori. The video I'm going to share that shows the deck is San Isabel, right off my porch. And I can watch the sunrise and the sunset right there in the mountain. She's my mountain. San Isabel, I don't know why. But there's even a song about it for me now. And I really want to cry. Because God has delivered my little broken heart. The wounded knee. And the torn ankle. And the massive injuries. It's okay. He walked me through and got me here. He got me here. By His heavenly grace. And His love and His magic. And then Mother, lest we forget Mother, shall we? Now I could cry a river for Mother. She's been used and abused and totally confused, much as I have. Sold out for money, quite frankly. And that just doesn't sit well with me. It didn't for the Native Americans either. I'll tell you what. Because they got sold for trash for nothing too. They got thrown under the bus. Much like Mr. Carlos Cordova, who sat in prison for a year as an innocent man because of what a little girl said and her father's nefarious plan. I'm not naming names, I don't have to. And I hope that man's freed this weekend. That's okay. I'm consulting anyway. Playing it my way. I did it my way. And you decimated me. You know who you are, all of you. It's okay. I still love you. Yes, I do. I still love you. Call me a fool. Call me a fool. I kind of think it's a new golden rule. Don't be a do. Do something good instead. Let love go to your head. Okay? I love you all anyway. What do you say? A new way, a new way, a new way today. He delivered us. delivered me. Got my home looking right at my mountains, right back. Wait till you see the video, and let me tell you what only Heavenly Father Creator can do this. And Mother, give me all the parts of my body, the waters, her rivers. My heart is her ocean. My bones are her trees. Her leaves are my hair. Kind of sort of. But she's rooted in Mother. But the branches reach to heaven. Always reaching out. Always trying to rise above. Keep those arms up, no matter how windy and much the fight. Keep lifting up. Try. Hey, till you're dying, we're all doing that. We're all dying. Ain't no something. You better be ready. See, if you live your best, or as best as you can, not perfect, good God Almighty. If you live your best as you can, not perfect, you're going to be a mess, just like the rest.
You just get the fan on that?
No, AC's on. AC is on. Well, I kind of left the AC on because I have my wrap and it's wet. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me nice and cool. But if I have the AC on, then I have my wrap on, then it's a little too cold. Well, I'll put the AC on. No worries. I mean, I can just wrap it like this, and it won't be so wet for me. That's okay. There we go. That's better, baby. And I can put it on cold. Yeah, there we go. And this works as a mask too, by the way. You know, you can, I use it as a mask with my Infinity, and it keeps me cool in the summer. Oh, it was hot as chips out there today. It really was. It was hot as chips. And my blue thing saved me. I just tuck it under my hat, Glory. And I cover my head, and I get it nice and wet. And oh, it's air conditioning. Save your chips. Yeah, seriously. And it looks pretty. And it works as a mask too. So cool. Yeah, we got it covered 6 ways from Sunday. You know how Heavenly Father is. He's totally inspiring, isn't he? You can't, you can't. Yeah. And he looked pretty. I love the scars. And they're a little more conservative. I think they're pretty. Yeah, so, anyway. But I got all his hair. What do you do with the hair? Can I ask? Can somebody tell me what to do with all the hair that's blonde? This blonde stuff hanging here? It gets in the way, and it's blonde, and, it's all itchy in there. What do you do with that tip? It's all covered up. You got to pull it forward, I guess. Yeah, that's one way, I guess. Let me try it that way. Usually I wrap it around like a mask, but let's see how it works this way, okay? It still keeps my head warm, or cool, depending on the weather. And there we go. I think that works. Yeah, that'll work. Sweet. Cool. Today. So Lions Gate is Sunday, 8/8. Now we're still making a plan of the who, what, when, where, and how and why. Heavenly Father say. Whatever Heavenly Father say, it's okay. With me and Joey anyway. And we're gonna have to make a plan because we got just 2 days. I'll make my crown. It's in the process. Everything's a process, right? God help us, we gotta go through the process. Just me. It can really be slow, babies, can't it? The process. Some processes take forever. Some are hippy skippy. Yeah. Some processes take forever. Like this darkness going out to nether. And the light coming in, a new way of living. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, though. It's going to be a lot of changing. Hey, when Rome fell, there was a vacuum. It's okay, we'll get through it. As long as we love each other. Try to help each other. Don't hold on to matter that doesn't matter. It won't really get you anywhere. They say angels travel lightly. Because it doesn't really matter. Travel lightly. Lighten up wherever you can, no matter how dark the dam. Damn the damned who darken the dam. We got no control of that. We're making a conscious decision, to be doing. I got no part in that. I haven't even been there. Not anywhere near there. So, It's okay. It helps me live to just trust the plan and allow God to work within me and talk within me and whatever. You know, people say, "Okay, I don't have that." And she talks to God, and she talks out loud. She's weird, and I love it that way. I'd rather stand in my own parade. Thank you very much. Rather than join somebody else's I don't resonate with. That just doesn't go this way. Not in a new way. Not in a new way. Not in a new way. Hey, you want to follow me? Fine. I'm not going your way. You want to follow me? My heart's an AFib. Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. It's a huge skip. I mean, that was huge. It's okay. I'm going to take a drink of Joe now and light a cigarette, okay? Yeah. And I got it. I'm good. See, look at me. He's sleeping so tired. He's having the chips. He did it. He's actually wearing my shirt. He didn't know he was wearing my shirt.
No, I get it. Those grabbed.
He looks better on him than me. I'm kind of jealous. Shirt didn't look that good on me.
I didn't know. I just grabbed it.
Oh, man, he's magnificent. I mean, yeah, that's okay. He can have it. It doesn't matter. Don't matter. Me. And I met that pretty little girl today. Yeah. Oh, and a magnificent young black kid with two little ones. Two little ones are so cute at the library. I had fun with them once I was leaving, of course. We talked about some really cool things, but anyway, to know that San Isabella Mountain's right off our porch. Hello. And there's another lot in the back that's available. Hey. That's the reward. I'm totally satisfied. Absolutely. In fact, I told Joey last night, Joseph, I told him that, you know what? Even if we died tonight, then this was last night. I felt so good. I was totally satisfied. Here's a meteor shower coming in, loves.
They picked up 52 fireballs exploding in the small 5 little areas that they cover. I'm not going to show you those areas again today, or those cheap old PVC black and white cameras that they've spent billions on. But 5 small areas here in the U.S. 52, but that's not the story. Ladies and gentlemen, this Arthur almost got it right, and we're going to help him out. A trio, a quadrio of meteor showers underway. The Southern Delta Aquarius, the Alpha Capricornus, and the Perseus. Also the Northern Delta Aquarius. Trust me. A trio of meteor showers is currently lighting up our skies. 4 meteor showers, folks, he is wrong. With fireballs of different sizes. Southern Delta Aquarids, Alpha Capricornids, and the Perseus, and also the Northern Delta Aquarids.
Northern Delta Aquarids.
2
Oh my
Southern
God.
Delta Aquarids and the Alpha Capricornids will peak during the second half of this week, while the Perseus
8-8,
shower
Lionsgate.
will have its strongest activity around August 12th. 3 meteor showers are currently illuminating our skies, folks.
Yes, yay.
This may explain the high rate of major meteor sightings reported across the world this week.
God, I
The
can't
Southern
wait to see the pictures.
Delta Aquaria meteor shower is hitting this week. Well, so is the northern, ladies and gentlemen. And so is the Alpha Capricornus and the
Listen to
Perseus.
that,
So we
loves.
have 4 meteor showers ongoing, and really very little way to monitor it, except for maybe ring doorbells. It's probably our
Ding,
best
ding,
monitoring
ding, ding,
system,
ding,
as we
ding.
discussed in a previous video. Ladies and gentlemen, you are actually seeing average visible meteorite
Yes.
explosions
Oh my God.
at 20 to 40 per hour.
The light of 1,000 stars. George Washington's prophecy, the light of 1,000 stars, guys.
But with 4 showers going, you can imagine it's quite active out there. Let's hope no big rocks are along for the ride with these tiny pebbles
Second
and
half.
pieces of sand that cause large explosions in our atmosphere. I will quickly show you how sad NASA's All Sky Network is, because it really angers me. All of the taxpayers' money that has been spent on this thing.
And this is all we get?
This has been in operation since 2017. The main office is here in Huntsville, Alabama. Most of the cameras are associated right there. 17 total cameras, 6 placed in North Alabama, Georgia, and Southern Tennessee. 3 more in Ohio and Pennsylvania. I believe we have an ammunition depot here. They need multiple cameras to determine several factors on these. That's why you always see at least 2 cameras. We have the White Sands testing area here and Los Alamos. We also have an Air Force base right here, a very large Air Force base. This is Kennedy. So in these 5 little areas,
Cool.
we've spent a ton of money, well, millions and millions of dollars, through the Meteor Environment Office that's been run since 2004 by Dr. Bill Cook. I do have his email, by the way. And this is what he's got out. I want to show you guys. So old Dr. Cook's really killing it here, folks. You can see these specialized PVC cameras, black and white, the dome over them. 17 of these things sitting on plywood around the country. They should have one of these, since they're so cheap, probably